Welcome back, everybody, to another day of Starladder TV's China region. We're here with our second match of today. We've just seen a good opening match between Newbie as well as VT Gaming, but we're on to, well, one of the top dogs in Starladder China. It's going to be DK taking on Dreamtime, but we're in for a treat, depending which way you look at it. Burning is actually going to be having a stand-in play for him. Black, none other than the LGD International carry player, the former Mouse Sports carry player, and he's going to be standing in for Burning. Big shoes to fill, Winter. How are you doing, buddy?
Yeah, I'm good. I just found out that that's gonna happen as soon as he joined the lobby. They actually
Yeah.
made an announcement that
Yes,
he wasn't gonna be playing.
there's been a few just posts and stuff about it. Apparently Black is having Burning. Sorry, Black and Burning are too similar, their names. Burning's having some health problems, so from what it sounds like, it's nothing too serious, but they just want to give him some time to rest and hopefully recover before they get into the actual big tournament season, like with WPC coming up, with a lot of offline events coming up over the next 2 to 3 months. I guess they want him in good health. So yeah, we'll get DK versus Dreamtime with Black playing. I don't know, this will be fun.
Huh. I think it's gonna be a bit weird because as far as I know, Lamb at MMY doesn't speak English.
I imagine the voice communications between the team may be very limited.
Probably they
Maybe
need a
Ice Ice,
translator.
yeah, Ice Ice will just be actively translating, but this is where DK will have to change their strategies up a lot. Luckily for DK, they're in a position where they should already finish in the top 4 and qualify for the playoffs. Whether they finish first place or third or fourth place doesn't necessarily matter too much because the playoffs is a double elimination bracket. 2 of the 4 teams will qualify. So from DK's point of view, it's like, hey, let's make sure we qualify to the playoffs, and then hopefully by the time we get to the playoffs, Burning's ready to be playing again.
Yeah, but this is an important game for DT. Do they still have a chance of making the playoff?
I don't think so. I'll pop up in our standings. DT are 1 and 4, so best case is they end up 3 and 4. Vici Gaming just picked up their 3rd win, so it's pretty much 0 chance for DT, I want to say, because they've got a tough schedule left. Their last match is against LGD, so unless they beat DK and LGD, I don't think they can, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I think DT's chances are pretty much 0. Like, they would have to win this as well as LGD. But hey, we've seen them cause some big upsets before, so this is the team that took down IG as well as LGD in the Signer Cup, so...
Yeah, I think they still got a lot to play for, like their image, overall image as a team after
Oh, yeah.
coming off some good results from Signer Cup.
Team
Yeah.
pick.
That's where a team like CIS, who had some good results in Signer Cup, and like people kind of looking towards them being one of the new upcoming teams, they're currently 0 and 5 in Starladder. Obviously, this is, I mean, Starladder, you've got just the 8 best teams in China in a sense. So, well, maybe not the 8 best, depends how you look at it. The new Hearts get together roster is looking pretty strong, but it's like one of those things where you bounce back and you see that and you think, oh, well, maybe it was just a one-off fluke that they won a game or two of DK, or like DK were caught unprepared by their strategy.
Seconds
So.
remaining.
You've got to kind of get those consistent results before you get put up there as one of the top teams.
Yeah, consistency is like a thing that usually most new teams have trouble
Yeah.
getting that into the team dynamics. It's very hard to be consistent if you're new. You can just play extremely well one game and the next day you can't really play that well.
Alrighty, well, we'll get ourselves into this draft. Dreamtime have picked up the Razor. Here they used quite a lot over when they were playing in the Cena Cup. They really like this hero, and they'll pick it up nice and early on against the Nyx Venomancer, so it's not like they're even picking it up to counter something like a Lifestealer or some kind of a melee carry. They just straight up want a Razor on their side.
Radiant team pick.
Yeah, it could mean that they want to go for aggressive tri-lane, maybe, or just something really really early pressure, like you safe lane the Razor and then get an early mech on him and just continue fighting from there.
Yeah, it's a bit hard to offensive trial him with the Sand King, maybe. Especially with DK having a pretty scary looking support, more possible support. I mean, Nyx often played in the offlane. They've got Veno, Naga. DK have these heroes which can be core heroes, they can be supports. All 3 of these heroes have been played as supports, farmers, mid heroes. You don't really know what's coming your way with DK. Even Mirana, you can play Mirana as a support or as a core hero, so you don't exactly know what DK are going to do with these lanes.
I think from the past matches, gods, I've never seen them play Naga as a carry.
Okay.
So this would mean mostly it's either the Veno I've seen a couple of Banner offlane games and Banner solo mid games and Nyx offlane and Nyx solo mid. So I think the higher chance of
10
happening is
seconds
either the
remaining.
Nyx or the Banner as the core.
Mushi's played a lot of Nyx
5
assassins
seconds
over,
remaining.
over the last year or so.
Nyx is really good against the Bat Rider too.
Radiant
It's a
team
good counter.
pick.
Yeah. Well, Batrider seems to be favored more towards the offlane just because of his really low base damage. Teams aren't really putting him mid too frequently, so
Yeah,
I think more likely we see Bat in the offlane and then some kind of other. The last pick for Dreamtime being.
Yeah, the
Seconds
main reason I feel
remaining.
it's because it's always you just want the Bat to end up
5
jungling
seconds
or playing
remaining.
dagger, so it doesn't really matter which lane he's farming from. And like you mentioned, the lower base damage means that
Reserve
the one
time.
versus one matchup he doesn't really have the advantage like he used to have. It's most of the time he just tries to stack and farm the jungle, and he can't really pressure the enemy unless the enemy makes a mistake
Yeah.
on the lane.
Well, we'll see Dreamtime go into a Wisp. This is something actually LGD International used to a bit, like a Wisp Sanking kind of. I mean,
Yeah.
traditionally you partner a Wisp with your carry
Dire
hero,
team
but
ban.
Dreamtime may just be more using the Wisp tether with the Sanking to relocate. Not even all about the Epicenter relocate, but just relocating in a good AoE stunner and crowd controller like a Sanking.
I don't know if you caught the game the other day. DK, they ran a Wiz and a Venge support,
10
and the Venge started
seconds
out with boots. They
remaining.
were just roaming around with the tether at the start of the game and smoking up and
5
getting kills.
seconds remaining.
I didn't catch that one, so...
Yeah, that was quite like something new. Never seen anyone do that before.
Radiant team pick.
Last-
It's a lot of investment starting a boots on the support and
Yeah.
smoke, and if you don't get the gank off, it's gonna be really bad.
Oh, yeah. We'll see exactly
Dream-
what the two teams have in mind.
I don't think that would be what Dreamtime does though. With the sanking, it's a lot harder, I would say, compared to the Venge.
Yep. Well, as it stands, DK have one more pick coming their way. Possibly a farming Mirana,
10
I would say.
seconds remaining.
This is where...
5
I don't-
Yeah,
seconds
it's kind of a
remaining.
black hero. Do you remember
Yeah.
the old days where he played a lot of Mirana?
He did
Carry
play-
position
Reserve
Mirana.
time.
He did play quite a bit of Mirana. But it's one of those things where you kind of almost need to coordinate with your team, at least to some extent. Like when you're setting up for an arrow, but... It's one of those things, like, sure, these players maybe can't communicate, but end of the day, they all play Dota and will recognize openings that they should be going for. Like, that's one of those things where...
Go black.
Yeah, go black indeed. I wonder if they're even on, like, voice chat with him. Like, it's one of those... Sure, this is a fairly important tournament and match, but... I mean, maybe...
Do you know if he's at the house, at the training house?
I don't know. Is their training house in the same place as LGD?
I'm not sure. That's why I'm asking if he's
Dire
present at the
team
house.
pick.
I'm not sure. I would suggest no, but maybe he is. Well, the way LGD made a post on their QQ, their little Chinese Twitter, and it sounded like Black would be standing in for like more than just like today's match. Like it would be standing in for like a good 2 or 3 days while Burning gets healthy. So maybe he's just gone to the DK house for those 2 or 3 days. It's definitely
Uh-huh.
10
possible.
seconds remaining.
So
Who
with the shadow theme pickup,
5
it
seconds
might actually
remaining.
mean that they might want to go aggressive tri lane. I don't know. Maybe.
Okay.
Spectre again. Oh, yesterday his Spectre didn't really build a Radiance when he actually could have. He went into a Vanguard and Diffusal bait. And LD and me myself, we don't really like the build. Like I feel like the Radiance build is always like the strongest build. And he wasn't even struggling at the start.
If you go Vanguard, you almost always go Vanguard into Radiance, I feel, as well. Like,
yeah,
if you want to go
that's why.
Diffusal, it's normally like Phase, Drums, Diffusal type thing.
And usually you go for that build, it's either of two reasons. You're not having a good time, you need to
Yeah.
buy cheaper items, or you just want to be aggressive earlier.
Yeah. Like, going Vanguard is all about just playing, like, getting very defensive so you can farm up your Radiance, like, for later on. So,
it's getting yourself ready for that Sacred
10
Village.
seconds remaining.
I'm definitely on board with not
5
supporting the
seconds
Vanguard
remaining.
Diffusal build. But we'll see what Dreamtime look to come up with here. They've got a Spectre Wisp. They've got a lot of like just like global ganking potential. Like Spectre can pop the ulti, he can haunt in. You've got your Wisp +1 who can relocate in. That's gonna be something fairly
Prepare
troublesome to
for
deal with. Like
battle.
Batrider can just go around the map on his own looking for kills, and potentially have 3 heroes to back him up. So he's always got the potential for the backup there with this global
yeah.
lineup.
They are actually not gonna go for the aggressive tri lane. They're gonna leave Ice at top alone. So it'll be like a defensive tri-lane with a Mirana against the Sanking Spectre and a Whis. Safe lane.
We'll introduce our two teams here. It's our second matchup today. DK versus Dreamtime. We'll see Dreamtime playing on the Dire side. Super playing on the Wisp. XDD playing on the Spectre. We have Razor in the hands of Air. Looks like he'll be in the mid lane. We'll see In July playing the Bat Rider. And then finally, that leaves... Who have I forgotten? The Nyx Assassin... Oh, sorry, Sanking being played by Dreamy U on support.
And on the Radiant side, we have
30
Ice
seconds to
on the
battle.
Nyx Assassin on the off lane. And towards the middle lane, we have Mushi. Well, he actually started with Boots on a solo mid SF. Okay.
Against the Razor.
Oh yeah, against the Razor.
Yeah.
MMY will be handling the Venomancer. Lamb will be on the Naga Siren. And lastly, we have the stand-in Black playing the Mirana.
Okay. This is, yeah, going to be an annoying lane for Mushi, at least for the first couple creep waves against the static link. And yeah, that's where he has gone for the boots.
Yeah, let me ask you, would you have preferred to go for Shadow Race at level 1 as SF against a Razor?
Well, the main thing, you need to get souls is the problem. Like, are you going to actually just use your Shadow Rays level 1 to get last hits, do you think?
Yeah. But usually I think people do that if they are going for the quick bottle. Maybe the Boots one is not so
Yeah.
suitable.
Like, you get a couple last hits, but a couple last hits early don't really... You're not getting souls for those last hits, so it's not really worth it. Once he hits level 2, I imagine he'll start maybe using the razors a bit freely. But we can see he won the block, so this block basically means he can actually get some last hits. He gets the first last hit. And Venomancer's going to babysit him for the first wave or two.
I think it's really important for the Venom to be here to make sure that the first two wave, most of the teams like when they run SF, they make sure the first two wave of creeps that the SF is protected either by one support standing in the lane or just someone often missing off the map so the enemy solo mate is pressure.
Ice gets the Carapace off. He's going to be okay here with some harass, but Mushi pretty much hit every last hit in that first creep wave, or at least 80% of it, including getting 3 denies.
Yeah, the denies. The denies is also really crucial.
Yeah, he's got 6 souls, so he's actually, at this point, Veno can almost just leave him alone. He's going to lose a lot of his damage here, but he's still got... It's one of those things where while you've lost your damage, maybe you don't get many last hits, but as soon as it wears off, you can last hit okay, and while you've lost your damage, you just use your razors to farm.
Yeah, that's actually a really good point. So all in all, it's still an okay matchup as soon as the SF gets its soul. It's gonna be quite alright for him. Top lane, they're going on Ice.
Yeah, another attempted kill. Ice does have the Carapace up level 1. He's gonna hit level 2 in a second, but he needs a last hit for this one. MMY rotates. He's got a Gale in a second. He could hit 3 with this. Only catches 2. Ice. He can't get the experience he needs to hit level 2, but it doesn't look like it's gonna matter. He's just popping his Tangos now, and MMY is here if he wants to pull in some more, although, well, he's got the cooldown on those. So Ice, Poor Man's Shield already picked up as well as a Magic Stick. The fast Poor Man's Shield just blocks so much damage.
Yeah, the Poor Man's Shield was the deciding factor, the reason why he survived. Not to mention the Venom that rotated in to save him.
Meanwhile, Batrider actually getting pushed out of this bottom lane, finds an Illusion Rune, and like Naga Siren just destroys those with one Riptide. Do you think? And it looks like MMY is just going to stay top, pressure this Spectre Wisp lane.
Yeah, they can do a lot of harassment. If you look at the lanes of DT, they have 2 melee heroes and a Wisp. And the nuke damage isn't that great because you have Spectre, which doesn't do too much damage at the early phase. So the lane is actually it's very hard to deal with a Nyx and a Veno dual lane. It's the dual lane will be able to at least stop some of the Spectre farm.
Yeah, I feel like they almost can just straight up win this lane with the damage output of Wisp, Sanking, Spectre being so lacking, for lack of a better word. Like with
I feel they might have to still play a bit safe. Like the Venom can still die to the dagger and the Sanking Barrow Strike and the Tether. It's still possible for them to kill the Venom, but the Nyx is a much harder target with the Permanent Shield.
Yeah, and he just kind of sits behind, has Venom sitting behind him. So Ice. Ooh, gonna see a bit of a just harass coming out. Bit annoying, but XCD has gone for the 1 point in the Desolate, so going for a more aggressive build here, not worrying about the dispersion just yet.
Yeah, we were talking about the lack of damage, and getting the Desolate early certainly helps in that department.
Yeah. Well, assuming there's no other targets nearby, and with the dual lane here, you may not actually get that Desolate damage too often.
Yeah, true. But yeah, it's actually a pretty okay radius, 300. Unless they're really standing close to each other. Or they're going to try to go on the Spectre.
Decent damage. The Gale not going to actually land here. He missed.
Oh, it didn't land.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bit of a mistake here. Now MMY
might die.
Down. Pops a Magic Stick. First Blood goes away of Dreamtime. Ice just not able to do too much to help him out there. Pops a Tango and bit of a mistake. from the DK squad there. Impale going to go on XDD. Not really expecting a kill here, Ice. Just trying to get some good harass. But, well, that was, yeah, uncharacteristic of MMY missing a Gale there.
And that's going to give the Spectre the face boot, so this is just going to help his last hit so much.
Yep, last hits as well as help zone out Ice from this lane with the face boots. He can actually have a much better job of killing Ice at top.
Yeah, I think this lane right now is really, they can have a really good chance to kill off the next time they try with the face boots, but they need to send some regen to the Spectre first.
We'll see SF. Another thing when we're struggling to lane against the Razor, he just falls back to the jungle. He can stack these camps, he can farm them with the Razors later on, and he will be more or less on par for farm with the Razor. Right now he's traded 19 CS for 19 CS, but once he goes and farms these stacks later on, he'll be more farm than this Razor. So I think Mushi is doing just fine against this Razor.
Yeah, that's the benefit of having a Radiant side Shadowfiend. But the other day when DK ran the Dire side Shadowfiend, they did the same thing. Top lane, Ice, in trouble, Carapace. Oh, he actually right-clicked him. Oh, that was a costly mistake.
Well, Impale going to catch up too under the tower as well. Super taking a bit of the tower damage. They've managed to split this one up pretty well. Dreaming You still getting low. Pops a Sandstorm as well.
Oh, that was a really costly mistake. He accidentally right-clicked the Carapace and it was level 2 Carapace, so the stun was actually really long.
Well, nice. Maybe fortunate to still be alive here at the top lane. XDD though with phase boot throws a dagger out, just looking to continue to harass. Meanwhile, DK pushing the bot lane. We haven't actually looked too much at this lane yet. Black on the farming Mirana, 34 CS. Has phase boots now, so he's actually... I mean, Spectre got the first blood. That's where his fast phase boots come in. But Black, he's pretty much on par. More CS than the Spectre, but the first blood gold just helping that Spectre out a decent amount.
Yeah, he's gonna be... I feel like he's gonna be much stronger than the Spectre when he roams around with his... If he doesn't go for a Midas, that's the thing. If he goes for the Midas, then I wouldn't say he's actually much more stronger than the Spectre.
It's like, it reminds me a lot of the way of how like Sing Sing plays Mirana. He'll often get a safe lane farm, but as soon as he gets like level 7, level 8, he'll go help his team and he'll have like phase drums. Like phase drums, you've got a
He always does the same item build. He goes for Aquila and drums and phase. He doesn't go Magic Wand and he doesn't go Midas, even in the safe lane.
It's one of those things because like when you go for these small items like Aquila, Magic Wand, drums, you'll fill up your inventory slots really fast. So it's interesting that Sing doesn't actually get Magic Wand. Like he never gets Magic Wand on his Mirana.
You won't have slot because like you will want 2 slots for Aquila and drums, and the other one will be the bottle. You need a regen. Yeah.
And then you want to go for your big item. So.
Yeah, that's why. Here comes the Bat Rider. Doesn't have his blink yet, but they know that Mushi is jungling. Yeah, they know Mushi is jungling.
They're gonna steal it with the Firefly. They may kill Mushi and steal this.
Oh no.
Oh man, this is huge pick up for Dreamtime. They'll kill off Mushi. They'll get the stack. Mushi goes down. Batrider gets the kill.
Oh, that's one stat, Shadowfiend.
Oh, Batrider goes down to the neutrals. The Centaur stop was there. Spectre, meanwhile, getting a kill. Nyx Assassin goes down under the tower. Very Shad Shadowfiend, but at the same time, luckily for DK, the Batrider died to neutral.
I would actually think that the Batrider is as sad as the Shadowfiend. He actually could have just at that moment have his blink dagger.
But the Centaur Stomp came in. The Centaur Stomp completely screwed him up. But he's still got 1900 gold as an off-lane Batrider 8 minutes into the game. That was still a lot of farm.
Yeah, top lane. ISSI setting up a gank with his Vendetta.
Okay, Vendetta, Impale, XDD. Could be in trouble here. Needs a couple. Ooh, one more right click. Nice bottom tower is under attack. That's a solo kill as well. Like there was a TPM from MMY, but he wasn't even needed for that one.
Well, okay, that's a lot of experience for the Nyx. He's almost level 8 after that, and that's a really huge blow for the Spectre.
Those are the kind of kills, like against a team like DK, you can't afford to do. Like until that, Dreamtime, I would say, we're doing really well. Shutting down the SF stack, getting a fast blink on Batrider by the looks of things, but that kill there really set them back a lot.
I just noticed that how poor this Spectre is. He has like 36 last hits only at 8 minutes.
It's the first blood is kind of keeping him in because that's got him a lot of his gold right now.
Yeah, without that kill on the Venom.
Like to a Nyx offlane Nyx just took a tower at 8 minutes in.
Yeah,
I mean he didn't take it himself.
Really
it was from like mostly from the pulls and stuff where the tower just got chipped away at. But that's such an early tower to lose.
Now the Spectre is like always afraid. There's Moonlight Shadow, there's Vendetta, and there's no tower.
And he doesn't have tower backup, so no TPs from his team. At this point, they have to try drag this wave back to a more neutral position around like this tier 2 or something. So he cannot really farm safely here.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. I think they need to pull the wave back towards the deeper side into the jungle so the Spectre is nearer to the tier 2.
And the other 4 heroes, I feel, need to try create space. They need to go around the map looking for kills. Look for Mushi like they just did. They've got the blink on the bat right. They're going to go for a smoke here. We haven't really seen Razor too active on the map. He is going for a mech build, but picked up the treads first and...
I think his job at the moment is just to make sure the wave, all the creep waves, especially in the middle one, is pushed out so his team can gank. But you're going to go... Mushi is actually all the way to top. He's not in the jungle this time.
Yep, they're going to find another pick up though. It's MMY at mid. They've given the Venomancer free reign over mid lane, but he's going to go down. XTD even coming in for the kill. Something which DK like to do a lot with the Venomancer is like once you hit this point in the game, your SF kind of, or your Meteor leaves the lane, gives the Venomancer the lane to just passively farm with the Plague Wards, but he gets punished for it this time around with a smoke wraparound gank.
Yeah, it was like a lot of teams have been doing this as well. Oh, SSI is gonna find a solo kill again here on the base. That's a lot of experience for him yet again. He's almost level 9. Arcane Boot, he's not particularly super rich, but yeah, he's doing alright in the experience department. Very high level.
Arcane Boot's 1k gold for an off-laner against a tri-lane is pretty rich in...
Yeah, actually, he's actually almost similar to the Bat. The Bat has 64 last hits, but not as much kills.
The Bat's really farmed as well. Like, I would say both off-lane heroes got a ton of farm and a ton of experience. Like, your Bat Rider had a 9-minute Blink Dagger as an off-lane Bat.
Are fortified.
That's pretty good. I mean, sure, he went to the jungle, killed some stacks, and managed to find the SF, but that was definitely much faster Blink than you would normally see.
Yeah, he was up against a dual lane, Mirana and Naga, so he was able to get some last hits early on in the lanes as well. That was the reason, because the Venom was at top.
Dreamtime managed to deny another tower. I think they've denied 2 of the 3 towers so far.
This is looking really hard for them. Like with the towers all down, Moonlight Shadow and Vendetta. You need sentries everywhere.
They need sentries. They need this mech as well. Just got the buckler hedges for the time being. They're gonna go for another smoke. I like this. They've got Lasso once again with a Blink Dagger on the Bat Rider. They're just looking to get kills.
They need to get Mushi. They need to get Mushi when he goes into the jungle.
They know he's going to the... Oh, there's no jungle camp.
Oh,
Is he gonna walk into them?
I think he's gonna wait for the camp to respawn.
Oh, Lasso!
Oh no!
He didn't get the Lasso. Flame break back. It's not going to be enough just yet. He's diving this, but the TPs are coming in. I don't know about this one, Bat Rider. Get out of there. He goes to the high ground. He's getting raised. Taking a lot of damage. He will be okay.
Oh, that 150 range.
Oh, man. Not quite on the mark. It looks like I heard an arrow go flying. Yeah, arrow going to go flying through the bottom river. Not going to matter too much.
Oh, that was like a so important kill for them to get. That was like a huge. That was a really costly mistake by the Bat Rider.
What do you think Mushi's getting? He's picked up an ultimate orb. Is this Manta or is this Lincoln? Or even Scotty? No.
Don't think he will go Link. I don't think he'll go Lincoln's. It's a tank. He wants to go tanking item against. I know he'll go Manta, Scotty along those lines. Like you just want to have a lot of HP so you survive the initial burst from the lasso, and the Mirana has all the time in the world to deal damage when they are focusing the Shadow Fiend.
Okay. Speaking of ulti orbs, Black's picked one up as well on his Mirana.
His one might mean the Lincoln's.
Yes. His is more likely a Lincoln's, I'd say. Normally for the Lincolns, you generally get the Perseverance first, just for the regen, but I guess he hasn't really needed it in the safe lane.
Yeah, he doesn't really needed it, and the stats help him survive more against the Bat Rider too.
Ice is invised up here, but he's going to get scattered about by the sentry ward as soon as there's actual observer vision.
Dire's bottom
tower goes flying, and this T2 tower's dead. I don't think Dreamcam can do anything about this. I'll clear the wave a little bit with a plasma field, look for a deny, not going to get it.
Dire's bottom tower.
Oh, here comes the sleep. Sleep Requiem.
Here we go, Air's in all sorts of trouble. Oh, he misses the timing! Oh, Lamb, that is uncharacteristic. There's a relocate out, but they didn't even need that relocate. Oh, XED gonna haunt himself into this bottom lane, but with the Moonlight Shadow, it looks like there's a lack of protection now. The one central is already planned. The arrow gonna go flying. It lands as Super relocates back in a perfectly timed arrow. There's a blink in from the Bat Rider. He hasn't got a full stuff, and he's taking a lot of damage. Leap from Black. They'll bring down the Bat Rider. Big mistake from him. Epicenter, Burrow Strike coming out from the Sand King, not doing a whole lot of damage. Ice gets low, but the Carapace stuns the Sand King, brings him down, and 3 for nothing at the bottom
arrow.
lane. Oh, knock the land. Mushi's got a melee raise, but that's not going to actually hit. Needed to actually have the arrow land, it looks like, but DK, that's a big fight for them. That arrow from Black after the relocate, that was good.
The arrow salvaged the initial mistake.
Yeah. Lamb with a slight mistime there.
Maybe he was like, I think he was waiting for Ice to get nearer. He was like, because the Ice was a bit far, but Mushi is like, no, we just kill this guy at the Razor first with my Requiem, and
they wouldn't have actually killed him because of the relocate though. But I mean,
yeah.
you don't know the relocate's coming, I guess. Like you think.
Maybe that's why he was waiting for. He wanted Ice to go in and impale because he was a bit far off behind. But Mushi instead wants to start the fight.
Well, Ice has a blink dagger now. He's just coming top with a blink, impale, mana burn, harassing XDD. But
he might actually die for that.
Yeah, he's got Vendetta. Have they got the?
They have sentry. They have sentries.
Well, is sentries going to be enough for this one? He may just
yeah,
run
I
up.
think so. They need to hit him, prevent the dagger.
Ice. Carapace going to stun multiple heroes here. Throws Impale, only catches one. That's going to be his death.
What?
Yes.
Bottom tower is under attack.
He was like, he could have, he needed like 0.5 of a second. I didn't think it would have been that close.
Dyer's
TV.
tower is under attack.
He almost survived.
That level 4 Carapace, long stun duration. Meanwhile, the rest of his team are pushing a tier 2 mid though. That's a bit of concern. They're trading the tier 2 mid for a tier 1 top. Still a nice kill to get on that Nyx Assassin, because Ice is level 10 and does give up a decent down.
He's a lot of experience. He's worth a lot of experience. Even the bat is like, when you were talking about how farm the bat is, he's just like almost level 9 now. He's not even level 10.
Yeah, he's fallen behind a bit recently, with the last couple blink engagements completely failing, so...
Yeah, the one on the Shadowfiend Mushi, that one was a really costly one.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
We do see a Linken's coming for Black. Has the Perseverance up, still needs the recipe it looks like, but
yeah, Mushi's going for a Manta.
Yeah. Yasha ulti ult, so he's got his Manta soon. And DK winning these fights without even their many items picked up. The one item they had, well, they didn't even really have the Blink Dagger at bottom lane, I don't think. Like they had none of these key items up when they were fighting.
Yeah, I don't remember him having his blink at the bottom fight too.
Venom's got 800 gold, so he can get a mech or maybe a 4-staff depending what he wants to go for fairly soon. And
yeah, both would be really good items on him. They're going to go for the Roshan right away with the DD.
Okay. Arrow goes flying in from Black, and
could have hit Roshan
Dreamtime, they're not really responding to this. I don't know if they actually know what's going on right now. Ice will do a little loop around in Vendetta to scout things out, and he sees no one, so he's like, okay, Roach is safe, take it, guys. And Dreamtime are not going to contest this. I don't even think they realize their DK are doing right.
Oh, Ice tried to go in, but misses the impale there.
Super did get summed up, but... Leap in. Arrow shouldn't land on anyone and won't.
Radiant's top tower is under
DK,
attack.
there's one outer tower remaining for them to take at the top lane. But they also kind of need to push out this top lane, so we may see them go back and farm. But it's almost getting to a point where they can just... Yeah, they're drawing lines on the main map to go top, but it's getting to a point where they can almost think about pushing high ground.
Sand has a blink already, so the high ground push could be still be in favor of DT.club if they can get... It's still difficult, but I think they have a chance.
Level 1 epicenter. So the main problem
they have a chance.
Yeah, the main problem is a blink Burrow Strike more than the epicenter. Like a Burrow Strike catching out 3-4 heroes and doing big damage, but the epicenter is still nice, especially considering there's no mech on DK's side, and Venom's going for a Veil of Discord.
Yeah, with the Shadowfiend Requiem of Souls, huh?
I guess it's kind of nice. Like it amplifies a lot of their damage. Shadowfiend. Nyx's damage.
Not to mention, you set it up with the Song of the Siren, and then you drop the Veil and you drop the Requiem.
It's actually a kind of cool pickup, just because so much of their damage output is magic. Mirana and Shadowfiend, sure they're right-click heroes, but they're also got some good, powerful nukes as well. At this point in the game, a Mirana with a Linken Sphere is doing more nuke damage than right-click damage.
Yeah, she's actually a type of carry that deals a lot of spell damage first before later stage transitioning into a physical DPS.
Yeah.
He's very similar to Shadowfiend. They're both very similar carries in that sense.
Mirana not the most impressive kind of physical damage carrier though, I would say.
Yeah, true. Not like Shadowfiend, but if you get enough items on her, the leap attack speed actually sort of helps you with that later on.
He's positioned in these trees. He wants to try and defend this tier 2 tower if a push comes. Problem is
this
Mushi's got an
feels
Aegis.
this feels like a net position.
Yeah. Net one of those Sanking players who's always somewhere where he never gets found and gets off a big engagement with a Blink Dagger. He's not
Yeah,
gonna
this
get
is actually a really good position for him.
Yeah, he
If
got
they
there
try
so
to push,
early that
yeah, if they try to push, he's gonna be set up really well for this epicenter.
and they actually got the damage, so not to mention Black has an Aegis. Black's going to be on the front line. Oh, sorry,
Shadowfiend has
Mushi
Aegis.
yeah, Mushi has the Aegis. Mushi's going to be on the front lines, just right-clicking tower. Black actually joined him. Nice on dreaming you in the corner here. Not going for this one. I think they realized even with the Sanking there, they couldn't really defend it.
Unless he manages to like Burrow Strike, like the almost like 3 heroes or 4 heroes at least. Even like the level 1 epicenter, like you said, doesn't really deal too much damage to them.
If it was level 11, sure, he would go for that one maybe, but he's not close to level 11. And
yeah, and DK's gonna force
they're
the high
waiting
ground.
for the Radiance as well. Spectre has gone for a Relic. Phase, Bracer, Radiance. Oh, a hair. Caught out under the tower.
That was a really good play by Ice. Carapace, the plasma field, and just follow up with the Impale.
Okay.
That's no chance.
Radiant's bottom tower is
Maybe a
under
bit of a
attack.
misclick there with that smoke. Not sure what they were thinking there, but
Dire structures
a
are
background
fortified.
smoke here. Ice just
Dire's
going to use it maybe to
top
get himself in a good
tower is
position.
under
Mushi,
attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Okay.
not. He was waiting for a creep wave, I guess. Oh, he get nice force stuff. He dodges the lasso. The bat runner gets hit by a Carapace. Epicenter comes in, but it's not really doing. Oh, it's doing a ton of damage. Actually, DK just melt. They lose 4. They lose the Aegis. Make it 5. Mushi gonna respawn. He may just straight up die here. The Spectre suddenly coming in with the Wisp and DK will fall.
Dire's top
Huh,
tower
they
is
lost their whole
under
team. Did he buy back?
Yeah, he pulled back. What just happened? Like, I saw the fight in front of my own eyes, but I just can't believe that DK don't have a mech. That to me is what happened there. Like, not having a mech, trying to push high ground against it. A Sanking with a blink, and just general AO, and even like against Spectre, you need to have like a mech. Or your famous
could
pipe.
have he could have had the mech, but he chose to go for the
Radiant's
view.
bottom tower
They
is
have
under
enough damage
attack.
output is the thing. Like, DK aren't lacking damage output. They're lacking
Oh.
survivability.
That gave the Spectre the Radiance.
That was a disaster. Like,
That
they
was-
got that was with Batrider not using lasso.
And
Batrider
that was
tried
with
to
Aegis too. That was with Aegis too.
yeah, they did a really nice 4-star. Who actually has the 4? Actually, there was a 4-star from DT.
He tried to force because Mushi had the Lincolns on him before that. He tried to
Oh.
break the Lincolns, but then when he forced stuff on him, the Lincolns actually
Okay, it was already
expired.
broken. I was
Yeah,
about to say, like,
that's-
he 4-staffed Mushi away from him so that he couldn't actually lasso him. I was like, wait, how did that happen?
Yeah, he was actually trying to break the Lincoln's buff on him before that. That was just unfortunate. That the buff ran up as soon as he went in.
Well, that's the cause for concern for DK. Looking at a gold graph, what was once an 8k gold lead is more like a 5k gold lead now.
It's actually not as significant already now since the Radiance is up. That's a very, very big item on the Spectre.
Yeah, that'll accelerate his farm, and not just Radiance, he's got 1k gold, so he can pick up like a Vitality
he-
booster to tank up, or
You can win a team fight with a Radiance on Spectre, like even if you're 5k behind.
yeah.
It's how powerful it is.
I think DK will probably look at this and think, okay, we need to farm a few more items.
We just made the game is tough suddenly.
Yeah. They picked up, Ice picked up a Headcrest. It looks like he's going mech. I think DK realized not having a mech and trying to push high ground there was probably one of the more stupid things they've done in a Dota game the last week or two.
They were just overconfident. Like Mushi was standing on the trees that
Oh, there is going to be a
Epicenter.
Spectre ulti, Epicenter as well. Everything's just being used to try and blow up Mushi. The Wisp going to tether himself in as well. Give that extra bit of movement speed. Ice so far has done a good job of keeping Mushi alive. The Carapace being used. Mushi taking a lot of damage. The Burrow Strike will finish him off. And now Ice, he may go down as well. He's dusted. He will be brought down. 2 more kills to Dreamtime.
this is looking really bad already for them.
At this point, I would say we're on even terms. Maybe even slightly Dreamtime favored.
I think it's already in favor of Dreamtime.
Yeah.
If you go even on a Mirana against a Spectre and a Mirana Shadowfiend and against a Spectre, even you don't have an advantage. The Spectre is much stronger than you.
They're still getting quite out farm. Like, looking at the net worth here, Mirana, SF are leading the way. SF, so Spectre's catching up, but Then you look at the supports of the Dire side, like Sand King, Wisp, both very poor, whereas you've got Veno and Naga, both with decent amounts of farm, but...
The thing is, like, those two supports, even if with a lot of farm, the one button from the Spectre, you're still gonna run. Unless you manage to get a BKB, like that's I think the best solution for the support to be able to do something in a fight against the Spectre.
Well, mentioned at the start of this game, Dreamtime, their hopes of advancing to the Starladder China playoffs pretty much nothing, unless they beat DK and LGD, but right now they're putting up a good fight against DK, so they're not going out without one last.
Yeah, I think they have a really good chance this game after what happened the last 2 minutes.
I mean, your Razor's getting himself decently farmed. He's going to have a BKB soon, and this Razor, I haven't really talked about him too much, but he can actually offer a lot in these fights. He's almost guaranteed to stay alive with a BKB, and if he can leech a lot of Mushi's damage, or even Black on the Mirana, he's going to be hitting really hard.
Yeah, he needs, I think the easier target to go is the Shadow Fiend, since he'll be trying to cast his Requiem in the fights. So that's the more likely target for him.
And the Requiem won't hurt you, you can just like pop BKB.
But they still can kill, I still feel they can kill him fairly easily with the Shadow Fiend minus armor and the Desolator, which I think is the item that Black's going for right now.
Yeah. Well, let's see where Dreamtime look to go next. They've got the gem up of their own on the Batrider. Meanwhile, Venomancer, yeah, he picked the one up as well. So both teams with a gem looking to get some map control, not to mention deal with pesky heroes like the Nyx Assassin, the Mirana Moonlight Shadow, Sand King with its Sandstorm, but that's the standard Dreamtime position. They're actually going for another tower here. All these T1.
I think DK would look not to defend this. This is very too late. And it's very... If they lose one more fight, I think the next Roshan will go to Dreamtime, and that's going to be really difficult already for DK.
I don't know why DK popped the glyph there, because like you say, there was no way they could defend that. They were out of position. You can't just like 5-man TP on that. So. Free tower for Dreamtime, and...
it seems like they're a bit of team confusion, maybe. Maybe like they were talking to Black and then some communications, and they decided in the end pop the glyph, but then they didn't want to go for some reason.
Well, Dreamtime, they can just keep on farming for now. Expect getting another big item up. Heart of Tarask is going to be up so soon.
Yeah, he's already 3,000. He's gonna have his Reaver like soon, and with the heart, like you said, he's gonna be plus the overcharge, close to undiable in the fights.
Exactly. Like and even if you're focusing him, he's gonna be doing so much damage from the dispersion. Like, he's got so much raw HP that even if you're on him, I guess SF does have a BKB now, so that'll help him out a little bit. But
yeah, they need the BKBs against all the damage actually Spectre is dealing. Like a lot of spell damage the Spectre is actually dealing. BKB is a necessary item. The
Mirana Desolator I feel is a good pickup here, but he's going to need a BKB after this. Like if he went Lincoln's BKB, he would have no damage output, but he's going to need a BKB at some point.
It feels like a Weaver. If you start with a Lincoln's BKB, you don't have damage, but if you go Lincoln's Desolator, but on a Weaver, obviously it's much more different than the Mirana. You deal much more damage with the Geminate and the Swarm.
Well, as it stands, Spectre just 600 away from that Heart of Tarask. Black does have his Desolator now.
They're smoked up right now. They're gonna look for, oh no, who's gonna be... Ice probably is the one dead.
Oh, Batrider sees a lot here. There's a Spectre ulti ready to go. There's your lasso. No Carapace in time. Sleep used immediately.
Oh, the song.
What's gonna happen from here? Spectre, is he gonna come in? Yeah, actually he's there. TP's out from DK. They don't want to fight this. Everyone gets out, and DK... Well, don't lose anyone there. They just can't team fight. Now they give up Rose.
That was like a really good position for the Naga, for Lamb to just save his team there. If the fight occurred at that area, that particular area, was so advantageous for DT to take.
This Roche is not going to be the fastest Roche. Spectre's damage as well as the Razor's not really the best for bringing down Roche. And DK, they're actually smoked up. They want to take this fight. They've got the Mushi with the BKB Requiem. This could be a mistake from Dreamtime. They're going to be a bit careful here. No lasso for 25 seconds. There is no sleep. I don't think the sleep matters too much. It's mostly the lasso which is needed for a fight like this. XDD, he may get focused down. He's completely out of position here. He's in the pit taking a ton of damage.
Oh, relocate. He got
nice
relocate back.
Air's on his own though. Air's going to be brought down. It looks like the right click's not quite enough. The Desolator damage as well. The high ground evasion even helping him out. And now your Batrider. He's got lasso in 5 seconds. Relocate back in from your Wisp Spectre. This is like a second life for Spectre. He's back to full HP. He's ready to fight again, and Both teams trying to just
They
position
need-
themselves.
They need to drag it out a little bit. Like the horn is off cooldown in 45 seconds. They just need to wait for the horn and the fight is theirs.
Yeah. I don't think Dreamtime need the Aegis though. Like going for Roshan just seems unnecessary. Like they want to stop DK from taking it, but I feel like just farming the lanes, getting Spectre's heart at the moment is enough for them.
Yeah.
Now that Roshan's
but,
half HP though, it's a lot trickier.
but like you said, they are more worried about DK being able because like they got a lot of minus armor with the Shadow Fiend and the Desolator, so they can take the Roshan very easily.
Grimmy, you positioned on the high ground. He is level 11 now, so we are looking at a level 2 Sand ultimate. That makes a decent difference in his fight. Especially if you can catch out the backline. Problem is DK, they're going to have mech and pipe. Ice still does not have his mech. He'll have it in...
Does he have the headdress?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he does.
Go ahead, Rick. They'll have mech and pipe in about maybe 1k gold for the Naga Siren. Arrow going to go flying mid. Ooh, giving you. Careful. But I feel like if they had mech and pipe at the previous push when they went 5-man top and got team wipe, this game could be over. Ooh, Blink Impale on air.
Oh, Bat Rider. Bat Rider.
Oh, he's found Ice again. This time there's no... Actually, there is a Naga Sleep. Not going to be used, though. They're going to lose Nyx Assassin. It looks like Naga was in raid. Spectre Epicenter as well from the Sand King, doing a ton of damage at the back. Lamb may just need to pop his ultimate, but I don't think he can right now. He's not using it. He's just going to straight up die. Lamb goes down as well. DK
this is...
free.
This is like either the Roche and the tower, tier 1 tower as well.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Time.
Radiant's middle
Clawed their way
tower
back
has
into this
fallen.
game. Spectre with a heart. This Spectre is just going to become unkillable. Like you say, he's got the Wisp overcharge and also the Wisp relocate. If he's getting focused, you relocate him home, and then he heals up. You come fight again.
Yeah, and he can either have the option to horn back in as well immediately if he wants to.
You don't have to even wait the full 10 seconds. Then.
I don't think he needs the Aegis though. He might just give the Aegis to the Razor since the Razor is like the frontline tank right now. And
Bat Rider wouldn't be too bad.
I think Razor would be a better option.
Oh,
Mushi.
High ground Wreck him as well. Bat Rider actually blinked up and scouted him out. Sanking going to stun him as well. Mushi popped his BKB afterwards. It's a bit too late. Mirana brings down the Wisp though. Nice engagement from DK so far. Ice is going to take a fall. Black still trying to bring down the Bat Rider. Will do so. Gem hits the deck. Immediately picked up by Sanking. The Lincoln's procs blocking the Burrow Strike. Wraith is chasing down Black. Does he actually have the ability to do this? It's got phase in 2 seconds. Black was going to die here. Killing spree for Aaron. Well, back to Roshan they go maybe. DK just can't take fights. They don't even come close to dealing with this Spectre. At best they kill like some of the squishier heroes like your Bat Rider, your Sand King, maybe your Wisp.
They're gonna give the Aegis. Yeah, they can only kill the weak supports at the moment. They're gonna give the Aegis to Spectre still.
I guess why not?
Yeah, it's why not, but I just don't feel like he's gonna be in any danger of dying.
What do you think he goes next? Like just a standard Manta style or...?
Yeah, Manta or Diffuser will be really cool on him.
The movement speed helps a lot, because if you want to get really aggressive and just going on DK, having the Manta movement speed or just the Yasha movement speed does help a decent amount. He has got the Wisp.
Yeah. But I feel like the Diffuser will offer him much more aggressive options, like you can chase down and just perch and just kill additional targets. The movement speed is nice, but Diffuser will give you more chances of securing kills if you're chasing down the target. Not to mention your horn will hurt more with the Diffuser.
Yeah. Well, he's just going to be farming and pushing out this top lane. The rest of his team can go looking for kills because he can always hold himself in there. And something we haven't seen too much of this game, but we mentioned it during the draft. Like, you can have Spectre, Horn, and the Wisp relocate +1 hero anywhere on the map. So DT are very global here, which is where Bat Rider can just roam around by his lonesome self. We are seeing Wisp with him now, but he has the potential for a lot of backup.
He doesn't feel alone if he's walking alone like this. He just like feels like he has a ton of backup. And not to mention, they can always do the epicenter plus the relocate in if they need to do it when the Bat Rider is hunting someone. It's just like an instant death, even if he picks off the Mirana or the Shadow Fiend. It's relocate, lasso into relocate, and epicenter is just, he's dead for sure.
They're surely not
Can
going
they even
for
kill? Can they even kill top?
Wisp will relocate in. This is... Yeah, there's no way they can kill top. Wisp will relocate with 1 hero and they'll just all die. That's...
Yeah, and the Horn will go and they'll just all die.
Yeah, that was definitely not a fight that DK could have taken.
And look at bottom lane. The 4 heroes are grouping up now, knowing the Spectre can actually just come to bottom in a moment's notice.
Radiant
This is just the mobility they have.
fortified.
Firefly, Batrider, and the global presence of the lineup.
They're trying to find pickoffs here. Batrider scouting things out, and this is just going to be a straight up free tower. Easy pickings. They're there with the
Radiant's
Aghanim Scepter,
bottom
which
tower
helps
has
his ulti hit
fallen.
towers coming into play. And DK,
Yeah.
DK took all these outer towers by like 20 minutes in the game, and suddenly they've hit a roadblock. And that roadblock is this fat Spectre.
They more like they invite the Spectre to become the old roadblock after that fight at top.
that if there's very rarely you can look at a game and say like pinpoint the exact well, you can often say one moment was like the changing point, but that was a blatantly obvious catastrophe.
MMY getting caught out here.
Blink, Fire Strike, Epicenter, MMY goes down.
Everyone stings.
It's not looking good. Actually, Super may take a fall
Oh,
here.
he actually might
Yeah, he's
go.
gonna
He needs to
relocate
relocate.
That
Oh wow.
Ice Impale was just a half a second too late. Definitely needed to
Oh.
relocate.
That was really, really close, and very good awareness by the Wiz to know that there was a Nyx coming in.
I don't know what DK do here. Spectre's got a Manta now. That's a
They can't fight. They can't fight the Spectre. The Spectre, when the Spectre has more net worth than your Shadowfin and your Mirana. Good luck.
The Spectre has got at this point, and well, we'll look at Mushi picking up a Daedalus in 400 gold, but if they isolate Spectre, they can kill him, sure, but he's not going to be isolated. Even if he's farming on his own, you have the Wisp +1 backup. In teamfights, you've got all kinds of crowd control. We're going to see Black get engaged on. Great play from the Batrider. He broke the Lincolns, then used the lasso.
Oh,
Mirana
the
goes down.
song.
Oh dear.
Oh dear. Are they going to try Requiem this?
I don't know if they want to do this. Requiem's being cast. It's doing a lot of damage. They will bring down the Wisp here, but in comes your Spectre. How do you actually stop the Spectre? No buyback from the Mirana, and without that, they can't really fight. They're going to lose Mushi. They'll lose MMY as well. And with this team fight lost, this could be it for DK. They lose 4. Nagasaren, the only one left standing. The tier 2 should go down. XTD still has Aegis. Like Song, Requiem, the only heroes they can kill are those squishy supports. And GG is called. MMY taps out. DK have been upset by the upcomers Dreamtime. Joy, you can point to Black standing in for burning here, but end of the day, Dreamtime just played really well and DK threw away a huge lead.
I wouldn't say like they started out really well. Like at the start of the game, Dreamtime had some hiccups, but
Yeah.
later part they played really well with the epicenter, especially the top fight. That epicenter killed off the supports behind, and Mushi, even with the Aegis, was just alone in the end of the fight, and he was just left to die.
It's one of those times where having an Aegis advantage just didn't seem to actually matter or make much difference, so...
Yeah, when everyone else dies so quickly, having the Aegis is just like you have
Yeah.
to live through it, the suffering
It's one of
again.
those fights I almost want to look back at and just see what went so horribly wrong for DK. I mean, I think the big thing is not having the mech there. If they, even just having a mech, and I think they maybe win that fight.
Yeah, true. But it was also the other point where I think was very important was they were really cocky at that point.
Yeah.
They feel they were very ahead. That's why they went for the veil on the Veno, and they just disregard that the Sand King. I don't know if they saw the blink on the Sand King or they just didn't know.
He had
And
him
the
for a
Sand King-
while, but he was off
Yeah,
the
he had it for a
tree.
while. Maybe he wasn't in the lanes and they
Yeah.
didn't know that the Sand King had the blink, and they were just clumped up and they got hit by even a level 1 epicenter, but that was like the main source of damage that won them the fight.
Alright, well, Dreamtime, they get the upset. They go up 1-0. We've got 2 more games coming out for you guys. IG have a double header left for tonight. We've got IG versus CIS and IG versus Tongfu Guangzhou. Those games start in about 30 minutes time, guys. So myself, Winter, will be taking a quick break. When we come back in 30 minutes, it will be IG versus CIS. Stay tuned, everyone.